Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Yes, I know it is actually afternoon, but you'll forgive me for that, I know. It felt good to sleep in today. And so I am grateful for that opportunity. Today is December 28th, 2024. We are really close to a new year, aren't we? But it is still 2024. And we have time for reflection, to be encouraged, to set up an idea or a plan for next year, to put some things in place, things like that. But today, let's talk about Proverbs chapter 28. We're going to look at verse 14. Happy is one who is always reverent, but one who hardens his heart falls into trouble. Now, I want to be clear, first and foremost, happy doesn't mean that everything is perfect. It just means that you can be content with where you're at. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when things are going bad, it's really hard to be content, isn't it? And the reality of the matter here is Solomon gives you the answer to that problem. Whenever I am not feeling content, whenever I am feeling like I am completely lacking, out of sorts, whatever it is, if I put my focus on God, when I become reverent, right, when I have that godly fear, then in that moment, I find that sense of contentment, even in the midst of the chaos. Good morning, Shane. Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Diane. Good morning to all the rest of you. So glad that you're all with me today. But Solomon doesn't just stop with telling us how to be content. He also reminds us of something that's really important. The one who hardens his heart falls into trouble. You know, when those moments come along where things don't seem right, maybe you can't get well. You've been sick for way too long. Maybe your finances just won't overcome. Maybe your shoulder hurts really bad today because you had shoulder surgery yesterday. I hope that's not true, Chris. I've been praying for you. I hope that you're finding relief and movement today that is better than it has been for a while. I know it's going to be sore for a while, but I have confidence that as you work that out, you'll be back on the bike in no time. But the one who hardens his heart falls into trouble. When you and I are in that midst of that mess, the first thing we want to do is get angry, get coarse, get hard, get calloused, whatever it is. And when we allow ourselves to do that, we miss the blessing that's coming. And so the reality, thank you, Chris, that's good news that you're on your way home and that you're doing well. I'm glad to hear that. The reality is we harden our heart because of the circumstance that we see around us. You know, it used to bother me when I'd read about God hardening the heart of Pharaoh. And the reality is, if you pay attention, Pharaoh hardened his heart. And God continually came in and said, if you continue to do this, this is going to happen. And he'd say, okay, I relent. Pray to God, make it better. But there came a point where Pharaoh didn't do that anymore. He didn't say, pray to your God and make it better. That's where it says God hardened his heart. And the reality is he didn't actually do the work. He just stopped hammering away at Pharaoh's heart to get him to pay attention. He took the softening away. In those moments where you and I are struggling, we've lost our contentment, we've lost our happy, we're hardening our heart. The first thing we do, the easiest way to soften that heart, the Holy Spirit is pressing on you. Even if you're a non-believer, the Holy Spirit is pressing on you to say, just look to God. And if you do that, it's amazing what happens. But if you continue to harden your heart, there will come a day where God will say, I'm not going to try anymore. You've made it clear. Happy is the one who is always reverent. But the one who hardens his heart falls into trouble. If you're not feeling that sense of contentment in the midst of the chaos that's around you, it's time to be reverent. And if you don't, you're hardening your heart. And that's a dangerous place to be. Something I needed to remember this morning. I hope something I said today helps you as well. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.